Hi guys, Eric Pathy here at PickDogs.com. Al, I got several texts today. They were just three-word texts. Free, July, August, question mark. And then I'm going to remind each and every one of you, yes, you get July and August free when you purchase the college and pro football season plus basketball, because we don't separate our Telegram channel by sports. And there is something unique to be said for that, Al, because obviously in the handicapping world that we've been in for, between you and me, it's sad to say it's almost 100 years between both of us. But the marketing aspect, and I take nothing away from that, is you have a basketball package, and then you have a football package, and then you have this package, and then you have that, and that's fine. But what I think a lot of the clients enjoy about the All Access is there's one Telegram channel. That's it. Regardless of what you have, you throw horse racing in there, there's no separate horse racing package. You throw in CFL, there's nothing separate. It's just a period of time as opposed to individual sports. So for all you football fanatics that I keep saying college and pro football season, what I actually mean is every single sport that Al will release from August 23rd to February 8th, 2026.
Yeah, and the other thing, we don't really talk about it a lot, but so many people are very football oriented. A lot of guys just want to buy the football season. They don't realize how much money you make in the basketball season. They have no idea because of the volume. I mean, like,
Right.
for example, last year in football, we had 300 plays, had a great season. But in basketball, we had over 900 plays. We made 3 times the money in basketball than we did in football, just by the volume being 3 times as great.
Well, as we always say, there's a fine line. There's a lot of recreation. I love all of our clients. We obviously make a living from our clients. We appreciate our clients. But some of the questions haven't changed for 30 years. Like once somebody texted me today, free June, July, question mark, Big Al's All Access. And then the first thing that he asked me on the phone, what's the average amount of games per day in the football and basketball season? And I said, well, it's really irrelevant if you're following the rating system. Does it really matter if we have 10 one-unit plays or we have one 10-unit play? So, again, a lot of gamblers, they're hyper-focused on the volume as opposed to how to actually play the games. And, this is a good learning
Well,
exercise.
but still, both are important. It's important. Obviously, the ratings are important, but also the number of games. That's an important question.
Right, but the more volume is the more opportunities, as opposed to, I do
Yes.
get quite a bit of clients, and I'm sure you've had this via email. I know you don't talk as much on the phone, but, I'm looking for the one big game I can play today. They want one game. So in their mind, so I'll ask you as a situational handicapper, and then we'll get to the complimentary selection. Do you think it's possible to play one game a day, 7 days a week, and be a long-term winner?
No. The problem with that is,
Man, you shook your head so quick. Woo, that was an easy
well,
go. Right.
here's the problem with that.
But you
The
know what
people
I'm
who
getting at. This is
people
what
want to
they
fit a
desire.
people want to fit a square into a circle, because if they want to play with the one game a day, a lot of the days your best play is going to be a 1 star, and then some days it's going to be a 7 or 8 or a 10 star. But they really want to play all the games the same.
Right.
They want like the guys who want to do. I just want one play a day so I can pound or whatever.
Exactly.
But when
You said it. Exactly.
Yeah, but when that play on the Wednesday is a 1 star, and then the play on the Thursday is an 8 star, like the guys who want that one play, well, they want to be betting like 5 times on every single game you have, and they don't know how to vary, the difference. And the other thing that I try to tell people is it makes no sense. Like on that Wednesday, you're playing one game and it happens to be a 1 star, but then we've got 2 8 stars on Thursday, and you're just playing one of them.
Oh, you know how many times I've gotten asked in 38 years, well, between the two of them, which is the better one? And I've never picked the right one yet.
I have. Someone asked me that the other day, and I got lucky, and I picked the right one. But yeah. I mean,
Because
most of the time you're just saying they're the same. They're both
from a
rated
gambler,
8 stars, therefore they're the same.
from a gambling point of view, not a betting for a business point of view, I've had several clients that high net worth individuals who are intelligent and just they were sincerely asking me, well, Eric, if these groups are putting all their effort into betting and picking winners, why can't they just pick one easy, you like this, one easy winner a day? Isn't that possible?
Well, it's not. The fact that it's a day is really the limiting thing that's messed up. If you just said, I only want to play your 10-star plays, fine. There might be one every 4 weeks, but fine, right? But it's when they try to have like the game on Wednesday treated the same on Thursday, treated the same on Friday. That's what doesn't work.
Right. And it's funny because I have one friend who's a professional gambler, does not sell picks, never has sell picks. People have offered, he's like, I'm not interested, I just want to do my thing. And he said, my model doesn't work. He has a situational database, not like yours, just a different system. It's money lines only. There's no point spread, so he's only picking money lines in football. And he says, my client, he said, I had a small group of clients. He said, it just was untenable because I would play 3 games a month. And I would win them and they would blow themselves up. So if somebody says to me, can you pick 3 games a month? Yeah, I know a guy, but are you really going to play 3 games a month? And the answer is no. So you're going to pay this guy for the 3 games and then blow yourself up the other 27 days. It doesn't work,
Yeah.
Like you said.
It's like our 10-star plays. We're 8-2, since I think since September or whatever on the football and basketball 10 stars.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that's 10 plays over September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. 1 a month.
You're going to laugh. We had a client who bought the all access. He bet 20 dimes on every 10 star and never played any of the other games.
No way. That's crazy.
Never played any.
I mean, you want to say, "Hey, that's great. He made 100, whatever, 60,000." And then you say, "But look how much you left on the table."
So my response was, "Look how much you left on the table," and his response was, "Yeah, but I didn't really feel like betting every day." And I said, "Well, what if it would have been the other way? All the lower rated players would have won, and he would have went 2-8. You wouldn't be saying that. You're only saying this after the fact."
Yeah, I mean, so he made 10 times plus whatever 6. So he made 58 net units, but he could have made over 500 or whatever the number was, right?
Right. And then before we end this, because people do love these stories, his rationale was, well, if I would have won the 500 units, the bookmaker would have cut me off. I said, oh, so now you want to win, and now you're worried about the bookmaker.
I mean, you just cross that bridge when you come to it, really.
Exactly. And, we do it all the time, like on a weekly basis. So with that being said, I know there's no – so give me the WNBA schedule. There's no WNBA on Monday.
Thursday, I think, is when it resumes Thursday.
Is it always no?
Oh, no. I think they've got plays on some Mondays. On some Mondays they don't. Like, I don't think that's yeah. But this is what it was today was the in-season tournament championship game. So they want to have a spotlight on this game. So they have like no games before it and no games after it. And it's all by itself. And so it's kind of like a mini vacation for the other 11 teams. But they'll resume on Thursday in the WNBA.
Got it. So we got a complimentary selection on Tuesday, July 2nd Wednesday. July 2nd,
yeah, we're going to take the Yankees minus $1.25 over the Blue Jays. Will Warren is going against Jose Barrios for Toronto. The Yankees have won 8 out of Warren's last 10 starts. Toronto does not do well versus winning teams at home. They're 58 and 58, but minus 12.6 net games on the money line. Conversely, you take a look at how the Yankees do against teams with a winning record, and they've gone on the road 66 and 49 plus 19.1 net games. So it's a short price for the Yankees on the road. They're coming off that 12-5 blowout loss with Max Fried on the hill on Tuesday, and I like the Yankees to bounce back on Wednesday with Will Warren minus $1.25.
All right, guys, he's on the Yankees minus $1.25. If you want to get July and August absolutely free when you purchase the football season, inclusive of all sports, send me a text at 443-957-1006 or send me an email at eric@pickdogs.com, especially if you're international. And as always, good day and good luck.